cauliflower.
Cauliflower? Cauliflower?
Cauliflower. Hey, I just need to cauliflower. Kind of like the tofu of the vegetable world. It's something that takes on flavors but doesn't have too much of its own. But personally, I love it. I love the cauliflower in this. It is surprising, delicious, creamy. I love it. And today we're exploring 5 different cauliflower dishes from 5 different countries. So let's get started. Cauliflower.
Hi, my name is Antonietta. I'm half American, half Italian, and I grew up in the province of Benevento, Italy. I now live in Dublin and I've been in Ireland for 6 years. The dish I want to talk about today is pasta cavolfiore, pasta and cauliflower in English. Pasta cavolfiore is a short pasta cooked in a cauliflower and cheese sauce. It is definitely a comfort food and perfect for the autumn and winter months.
For years, everybody has told me to put a damp cloth underneath my cutting board, and finally, I'm taking your advice because the slip sliding of my cutting board, I finally reached the breaking point. Here we go. Da-na-na-na. Whoa. Surprise, surprise, it works.
I love how simple and delicious this pasta is. You feel like you're eating this indulgent pasta, but at the end of the day, it's really cauliflower's natural consistency. It tastes like macaroni and cheese's sophisticated, older, and simple cousin, but it truly tastes like making something from nothing.
This is a classic. Go to the store, buy an onion, come home, realize you already have half an onion. Now I have another full onion because I have 2 halves of my onion. That was simple math I didn't need to explain, but I have a lot of onion.
This dish is well known in Campania region, and the version I'm showing you today is a little more Neapolitan, though there are many variations to this dish, even cheeseless, and even including anchovies and breadcrumbs.
I need to taste the cheese so it's not poison, as my mom used to say when I was a kid. That's when she would give us little scraps. Not poison.
This dish originates from la cucina povera, as in dishes originating from rural areas of Italy's past.
Ding! Ah, am I hitting it? Ah! It sounds like the tolls of a church. Amen. Swinging that thing.
These dishes are so important for our heritage because they're foods that our grandmothers made in tough times, and it's amazing to think that we still enjoy them today. My grandmother, who I'm named after, would tell me stories about how difficult their life was in our village and how food was often shared amongst neighbors to keep people from going hungry. We're so fortunate that our world is different today. When I think of these cucina povera dishes, including pasta cavolfiore, I think of cooking with my sister. She's very talented and experienced in the culinary world, which intimidates me, though when I'm cooking with her, we become a perfect team, and then we enjoy our pasta cavolfiore with a glass of wine, white for her and red for me. I think cooking together reminds us of our grandmother and how we had the opportunity to reconnect with our heritage.
Here's a fun fact about this pasta. It says this is 8 to 9 minutes to al dente. They have Spotify playlists that last as long as it takes for you to make the pasta. So let's jam out. Yeah, this is 8 to 9 minutes of music.
Go Beryl, go Beryl, go Beryl. The cauliflower in this dish is the star of the show because it is the sauce. It's what makes the pasta so indulgent, and it shines by being its weird cauliflower self. People should try this as a fun way to incorporate more veggies in their diet, and to also taste an Italian pasta dish that's different with a deep history. Buon appetito.
I love a one-pot meal. One-pot meal, baby, one-pot meal. We love to see it.
We love a one pot.
I do. I, in fact, love them so much. I did an entire episode on them, and it was amazing and fun and simple. This cauliflower pasta turned out so interesting to me, and it's like cheesy. Oh my God. That is fabulous. The cauliflower is so much more pronounced than I thought it would be. The whole sauce is just that creamy cauliflower and that creamy provolone cheese. And usually, I don't know, provolone is like a little bit weak sometimes, but in this pasta, I think it's the perfect blend of flavors. Going in for bite number 2, here we go. Anybody would like this. I just can't get over how easy it was. Even while I was cooking it, I couldn't get over how easy it was. This is easy. Like, this is easy. I was definitely surprised at how all the water cooked down. I thought it was doing too much water, but it all became a sauce. And that was really cool. And like, it was like magic, cooking magic. I wanna mention that we have a new artist behind me. Her name is M the Creative. All of the artists that we've ever featured are on my website, which I'm linking in the description. But if any of you are artists or know artists who wanna be featured, please email me. I am always looking for new artists to feature on the show. All right, one more bite. I can have as many bites as I want. I don't know why I'm like, okay, only one more. I love the cauliflower in this. It is surprising, delicious, creamy. I love it. Have I said I love it? I love it. Oh my God, try this. Try it, try it.
I'm so excited. I love cauliflower.
It's so good.
It's so yummy. The chili flake on top adds a really nice spice. Yeah, no, it's like mac and cheese, but like healthier.
This is why Leia had to try it, because it was so good.
Yeah, amazing. Good job, Italy.
I'm eating the leftovers of the cauliflower pasta. It's still so good. Yum. Speaking of things that I have been loving, one of those is Boksu, a Japanese snack box who is also the sponsor of today's episode. What I love is that these are Japanese snacks that you're just not gonna find at your typical Japanese supermarket because they're all family businesses from Japan. Every month, the theme changes, so you'll get different snacks every single time. I personally think that this makes a great gift because honestly, who doesn't love snacks? And the first box that anyone would get is this one, the Seasons of Japan, which is full of their greatest hits. You'll get everything from sweet to savory, even teas. Speaking of, since this is a food channel, we have to try a couple. What do I want? What do I want? We're gonna try this one, which the booklet is telling me is savory, peppery, and a little bit sweet. There's a sauce on this, like a tonkatsu sauce, so it's got that sweet and savory combo, just like the book said. They're super crunchy. I love the size of them. This is easy to eat a whole bag of, for sure. This one's kind of sweet. It's a rice cracker, but the book says that it's covered in a coarse granulated sugar. The sugar combines really well because you have that sweetness with it, and the rice cracker is super savory. I love how crunchy this is. All the snacks are crunchy right now that I've tried. This is the type of box that I think makes a perfect gift because it's the gift that keeps on giving, as it is a subscription. So if you're interested in giving the gift of authentic Japanese snacks and of course helping support my channel, use the link in my description and use the code BERYL15 for $15 off your order.
Hi, Beryl. My name's Elizabeth.
I'm Dolores.
We are from Indiana, and she is originally from
Germany. I was born in Germany and moved to the States when I was 10, but was adopted when I was 14.
We want to share with you our favorite cauliflower recipe. It's a whole cauliflower with a gorgeous cheese sauce that my mom made because of her grandmother.
These are tough.
So my German grandmother, Elizabeth, who my Elizabeth is named after, made this wonderful white cheese sauce when I was a little girl growing up in Germany. And she made it with white asparagus, which is super popular in Germany in springtime. So those of you from Germany know all about the Spargel in springtime.
That was like a terrible pour. Oh my God, okay. I just got water everywhere. Just gotta like sop it up. God.
What happened?
I don't know. Look, I blame the cauliflower.
I didn't like asparagus, so my German grandmother made it for me with cauliflower. So I attempted to recreate the white sauce in America when I started cooking in the United States, and I used cream cheese. So it turns out to be this wonderful, smooth, white cream cheese sauce over cauliflower.
Whenever I see cream cheese, I just think of bagels. This is looking a little confusing. I'm not that confident right now because I don't know what it's supposed to look like. It said for it to get smooth. Is this smooth? It's definitely not smooth. We're gonna keep stirring it in the hopes that it becomes smooth. Also, everything's in whisk prison. Get out of there. Just keep smoothing out. Whew. Oh my God, that was close. But now it's good. Now it's smooth.
Some of my earliest memories include my mom making this sauce and the little bottle of Maggi that she still has to this day from Germany, and it makes this little squirt, 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 squirt noise, and I always knew when she was busting out that Maggi and we'd hear that squirt, 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 squirt.
I have my Maggi seasoning. It's not gonna go like Dolores and Elizabeth said. Oh, it's good, but we'll just do a little dash. That's a dash. Just a dash of nutmeg. Oh, we're going in my hand for that. I am having some intrusive thoughts where I just want to stick my finger in this hot cheese sauce. I know that would result in burns, but like it just is so inviting to just like, I'm not gonna do it. Is it gonna be that hot? It's good. Oh my God, that was so hot.
Yeah, you gotta use Maggi and everything. It just gives it that oomph.
Thank you.
Bye.
Cauliflower covered in a cheese sauce. There is a theme to this episode, and it is it's cauliflower, but the other theme is cheese and cauliflower. Ooh, I thought I would need a knife, but I did not. You know, the one thing I will say is I could go for a little bit more spice or flavor. This was really only flavored with a bit of nutmeg, a bit of white pepper, and the Maggi. Maybe I should have gone heavier on the Maggi. Don't get me wrong, it's tasty. The cream cheese sauce is doing a lot. The whole blanched cauliflower though, needs like a little more something. Because combined, I just feel left wanting. That might be a part of my new thing about like wanting spice on everything. In general, like I would say like I've cooked a lot of German dishes. They tend to not be chock full of flavor. I'm sorry. The cauliflower is perfectly blanched. It is tender but still crunchy. Making the roux was simpler than I thought, but having the cream cheese go in there with the roux was like, it wasn't that pretty. That doesn't look appetizing. And so because it wasn't that pretty, I got a little bit confused that I was doing it wrong, but it did all come together when I added the liquid, which was nice. The heat on this is not as hot as when I stuck my finger in the pan. But maybe that's also because we filmed a little bit after we finished filming. Cooking. Look, the dish was simple to make. The roux came together really quickly. While I don't think it has the most robust amount of flavor, I think that it's still like very delicate, and there's something nice about a delicate flavored dish. The cauliflower is definitely the star. The cream cheese roux is there to like elevate it a little bit. I just want more spice, but not everybody wants more spice. And so for everybody else, I think you should try it. Because it's fun and it's cheesy.
Hi Beryl, hi everybody. My name is Kari and originally I am French, but I currently live in Budapest in Hungary. And the dish I would like to share with you today is called Gratin de Fleur aux Oignons Caramélisés in French. And it translates to cauliflower gratin with caramelized onions. This dish is mostly made actually of cauliflower.
Earlier in this episode, I had cut an onion when I already had half an onion, but now I'm using my half an onion, so technically I'm ahead. Or would I be at the same if I hadn't cut it? It doesn't matter, I'm doing a good job.
There's also the caramelized onions on top, and both of them are topped with a rich and creamy bechamel sauce.
Caramelizing onions is one of my least favorite kitchen activities because it takes so long, and I'm gonna caramelize all these onions now. Ding!
Bechamel sauce, as you may know or may not, is a staple of French cuisine.
And now, with the magic of editing, ta-da!
In itself, it's simple to make, maybe for us French, because we learned to make bechamel like very early. As I said, it's a staple of French cuisine. And when I first started to make it, I was making it with a wooden spoon, which is not recommended because you have a lot of bits in it. So then I changed and I started making it with a whisk, a metal whisk, and it's actually better.
Kari talked a lot about making sure that my bechamel is smooth, so I'm just doing a little bit of flour at a time because I don't want to have to put it through a sieve. But I also know that we don't want a bechamel with clumps in it, so slow and steady, Beryl, slow and steady. Here we go.
Another tip I can give for perfect bechamel is actually to pass it through a sieve, so you remove all the bits and you have like just a smooth sauce.
My, what excellently boiled cauliflower. Never in my life have I had such an exemplary vegetable. Ding. The French love butter. That's a statement of a fact.
It tastes incredible. It's very indulgent, very creamy. It's packed with winter memories for me. It's one of my favorite winter dish when I want to really cook something that reminds me of home.
Okay, covered in.
The cauliflower really shines in this dish because it is the main ingredient, and the caramelized onion are here just to bring a bit of sweetness, a bit of texture. I think everybody should try Gratin de Choux aux Oignons Caramélisés because it's the perfect winter dish. It's very warm, very comforting. It's exactly what you need on a cold winter evening for dinner.
The plating of this left a little bit to be desired on my part. I wasn't sure how to plate it. It kind of just looks like a lump on the plate. And if you were eating dinner with friends and family, like who cares if you just have a lump on your plate? But for the purposes of the channel where you're meant to be like presenting food beautifully, this lump is not my best foot forward. But let's taste it anyway, because it's only the mouth that matters. Those caramelized onions, oh, I talk a lot of smack about them, but every time I eat them, I appreciate them. Maybe it's a little bit of the labor, but I think it's mostly the flavor. This is delicious. Like, this reminds me of Thanksgiving. This just feels like a big family meal type of dish. Bechamel, man. Bechamel, what can I say about bechamel? It's good. Bechamel is good. And with the cauliflower, you know, like cauliflower can be a little bland. The bechamel with all the pepper in it is really good. There's a lot more flavor in this dish than I expected. I was thinking that I might have needed like a little bit of chili oil with it, but I'm enjoying it as is. It's creamy. There's still a little bit of bite on the cauliflower, then sweetness from the caramelized onions. I'd say this is a winter chicken dinner, a winter cauliflower dinner.
Hey Beryl, this is Aisiri from Udupi, Karnataka, which is a state of India. The dish I want to share with you today is Gobi Manchurian, which translates to cauliflower Manchurian. It is a popular Indo-Chinese dish.
When I did my onion episode, a lot of you told me to stop crying, to put my onion in the fridge, so I did it, and it's working. Look at my eyes. They're not even one tear. Can you see?
Which consists of two parts. First frying the fritters of gobi and then tossing it in some kind of sauce which is made up of soy sauce, red chili sauce, garlic and everything. This dish is very special to me because obviously it's tasty, and this reminds me of my childhood where I used to sneak and eat this because my parents never allowed me to eat it.
For the green bell pepper, you can slice these smaller, but I just like big crunchy peppers in my Gobi Manchurian because this is one of my favorite Indian dishes, and every time I go back to India, my mother-in-law always makes it for me, and she makes it with big pieces of green pepper, so I make it with big pieces of green pepper.
it is a pretty tasty dish for me now even. Gobi manchuri varies from place to place. I'm not even talking about the dates, but it varies from place to place. For example, I'm from Udupi, and where I come from, they fry the cauliflower florets and then toss it in the sauce.
You can use ketchup, or you could use Maggi hot and sweet, which is my favorite. And if you've watched this show for any amount of time, you'll know that it's my favorite. And you can buy it at any Indian grocery store, but it's like tomato and red chili, but it's a little bit sweet, more like ketchup. It's really good. You're really good. You're a good girl.
I feel like I shouldn't have been here for that.
But once when I visited Chikmagaluru, they shred the cauliflower and make some balls out of it and then toss it in the sauce. This dish is not an everyday dish because it consists of a lot of sauces and it's fried in oil, but once in a while everybody loves to enjoy this dish. No matter what age they are, what place they are from, this is a fan favorite dish. Whenever gobi manchuri is there, everybody is like craving.
I said little by little, and then I added too much more flour. That's better. This is a serious question. So I've poured water out of this. Would you wash this? Because I wouldn't. I'll just put this back. Like it was just water, and I didn't get anything on the handle. So I would just put it back, but would you guys clean it because of water? Because of water. I obviously am searching for one particular answer. I have one more question because off camera, I've been calling this cauliflower and Leia calls it cauliflower, like call a flower. Hey flower, I'm calling you. So I'm wondering if you guys call it cauliflower or cauliflower. I've said cauliflower too much, it doesn't mean anything. Cauliflower or cauliflower? That is the question. 'Tis nobler in the minds to suffer.
Gobi Manchurian is not the only Manchurian which India has because we usually make a lot of Manchurians like chicken Manchurian, baby corn Manchurian, soy Manchurian, but the most fan favorite and easily available one is Gobi Manchurian. That smell of Gobi Manchurian, that is breathtaking. I hope you love this dish as much as the entire India does. Thank you for having me today. Bye.
Ooh, it smells so good. My whole house smells so good. I have not made this dish myself in a very long time, but I love eating it whenever I go out to restaurants. It's delicious. I want one of the crunchy peppers. I didn't cook the cauliflower before I fried it, and that was definitely the right move because it still has a really good crunch to it. The sauce though is what makes this so good. Indo-Chinese food is so interesting because it's India's interpretation of Chinese food. I feel like every country has their own interpretation. American Chinese food is different than Peruvian Chinese food. All of this is really different from traditional Chinese food. Indian Chinese food has things like Hakka noodles and chicken lollipop, Gobi Manchurian. There's tons of really interesting dishes. So if you ever go to an Indian restaurant and you see an Indo-Chinese section, I highly recommend you order off it. Chili paneer, chili chicken. I'm just remembering other dishes now. Oh my God, my mouth is watering. I have this in front of me. I love how the batter is still crunchy even though I put it in this sauce. It was all about making that thick batter. And while I was like, oh, I'm gonna only put a little bit of water in at a time, and then I added too much water, classic. You do want it to be like thicky thick. Thick, thick, thick when you put the cauliflower in it. The big peppers still being crunchy is what makes it so good to me. I love the texture of them. And the texture of the cauliflower still has a bite, so everything has like a little bit of a bite to it. This is why I love this dish so much. It's spicy and it's sweet, and the cauliflower is the perfect vessel for that amazing sauce because it's not too intense. It's like a milder taste, you know? Cauliflower doesn't do too much, but when it does do something, it's amazing.
Hi Beryl, my name is Elsie. I live in Canada and am originally from the Netherlands. I left the Netherlands when I was a small child in 1989 and moved to Canada. I want to share with you a dish called Kibbeling. Kibbeling is traditionally a dish made with fish such as cod, and it is quite popular in the Netherlands.
Capers are truly one of my favorite foods in the world. Capers of this size and also caper berries, which are a little bit bigger. So when you let capers grow on the vine, they become big.
They're still good.
The word Kibbeling is derived from the word Cavolfiore, which translates to cod cheek, though it is now typically made with other pieces of fish. However, when my oldest was small, I found a vegetarian version made with cauliflower and became a dish that we like to enjoy on occasion when we feel like straying from our usual healthy eating habits and just want something different. Vegetarian kibbeling is simply just cauliflower florets, battered and fried to a golden color. When done, it should have a nice crunch on the outside. I like to serve it with a side salad and a mayo-style sauce for dipping in. I like the dish because it takes something I love and makes it feel almost sinful.
The amount of cauliflower that I have watched boil for this episode is astronomical. We just sat there for the past 7 minutes just watching it boil. But she did it.
I grew up in a household where healthy eating was not only encouraged, but the norm. So when you're eating something fried, it almost feels like you're breaking the law, without actually doing so. It reminds me of the nights my dad would bring KFC home for dinner as a treat, but a healthier version.
This batter reminds me of a tempura batter because it's so thin. I think it'll be nice on the cauliflower. Also, look at my whisk. It's rainbow.
The taste is hard to describe, but it is crunchy with a soft and delicious inside. The original version, made with fish, is a very popular Dutch snack and street food found all over. It was originally created as a way to use up the cod leftovers. Living so far from the Netherlands, it makes me feel connected to my culture when I make it for my children. I feel proud that I can share a bit of home with my kids while ensuring they are eating healthy and delicious food. With how crispy the outside is, it makes the cauliflower texture really smooth in comparison without being mushy. Cauliflower takes on the flavor of the seasonings, which tastes even better with the dipping sauce. People should try this because it's a different alternative to the traditional version and is a delicious way to incorporate more veggies into your meals. It is fun to do this with cauliflower, and I actually prefer it over the fish.
I have a belief system that if you take something and you deep fry it, it tends to taste a little bit better. So with cauliflower, I believe it will taste better. This sauce looks so good. Whoa. That sauce is so good. It's like a creamy, mayonnaise-y mignonette, the sauce that you eat oysters with. The shallots and the capers are so yummy. I know I'm supposed to be talking about the cauliflower, but the sauce is legitimately delicious. Deep frying cauliflower is delicious. I think because the cauliflower sat for so long in the deep fryer to get the outside crunchy, that I didn't need to cook it as long in the hot water. I wish the cauliflower had just a little bit more bite to it. So if this is something that you might decide to try at home, I would undercook the cauliflower so that it wasn't like soft at all. I almost think maybe you could get away with not cooking it if you want it to be crunchier. Plus you can eat cauliflower raw, so you don't really need to cook it that much. This reminds me of being at a county fair. When I went to county fairs as a kid, I always used to get the vegetable tempura. Like, I didn't want the funnel cakes, I didn't want the apples covered in sugar. I was like, Mom, I want vegetable tempura. I don't know if everyone else's county fairs had that, but mine did, and I loved it. What? Is that not a thing?
No.
What? Yes, it is.
Not for me.
Leia's giving me crap about this.
No, just my county fair didn't have vegetable tempura. It was like funnel cake and fried Oreos.
Mine had vegetable tempura. I don't know what to say. Now I feel embarrassed.
No, don't. That's so funny.
My sister will vouch for me. Now I'm all thrown off. I'm just gonna eat a couple more of these. This as fish makes perfect sense. It would be so delicious, like deep fried fish, kind of like a fish and chip, but I like this vegetarian version so much. I think the cauliflower just tastes so good, and with the sauce, I mean, if you don't want to deep fry cauliflower, make this sauce because it would go well with pretty much everything. Yum. I hope you enjoyed this episode all about cauliflower. Don't forget, all of the recipes are in the description. And until next week, I'm leaving you with my fried foods episode because I really enjoyed that episode and my onion episode. I'll see you all next week.